2016. These are right-hand man of Vladimir Putin, and therefore we should be allowed to listen into his phone calls. When they made that statement, it was false. They had not verified that meeting. They never verified those two meetings, and yet for a year they continued to represent to the court, the American public, and the Congress that they had verified that information, and that gave them the authority for a FISA warrant. That's what trouble us all. That level of deceit and dishonesty and inaccuracy was involved in a FISA warrant.
Before I get to the next quote in your piece that I want to go over, do the Democrats not understand that these are going to be questions that Republicans have for Robert Mueller? And I think most specifically they're going to say, Director Mueller, were you ever uncomfortable with the fact that one of the people that was funneling information to the FBI, the State Department, was on the payroll of the opposition party? I mean, how is that not the linchpin to all of this?
It is an extraordinary, difficult issue for the Democrats on Wednesday. I will expect the Democrats to spend all their time on obstruction and pretend that Russian collusion doesn't even matter anymore. And the Republicans will spend a big part of their time drilling down on Russian collusion, because you don't get to the obstruction case if there's not a legitimate investigation into Russia. And I think, it's going to be a very difficult balancing act for Robert Mueller. I'm not convinced he'll be there. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I know there are some questions in the Congress about whether after the first delay there might be another delay or an outright bailout, but there are some very difficult questions that have not been answered for the American public. Fortunately, Attorney General Barr is trying to get those answered now, but they go to the heart of whether the FBI is abiding by civil liberties protections, whether they accurately represent evidence, and whether they allowed partisan politics to infect and affect their investigation of Donald Trump. Those are very deep, troubling questions, and 2.5 years in, we don't have the full answers yet. That should concern us as well.
I want to read another quote here. You're right. The inaccuracy of Steele's intelligence on Page is at the heart of the FBI inspector, at the heart of the Inspector General investigation, specifically because the FBI represented to the FISA court that the intelligence on Page was verified and strong enough to support a FISA warrant. It was in the end not verified. Another knockdown of the dossier occurred when U.S. intelligence determined former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen was not in Prague in the summer of 2016 when Steele claimed he was meeting with Russians to coordinate the hijacking of the election, sources say.
Yeah, if you could just use a visual for a second. Anyone who's ever used a spreadsheet, you've got your column and then you have your checkbox. Is it verified? The people who saw that spreadsheet said all the vast majority of the columns where there should have been verification of things were just a sea of blanks, meaning that most of what they found from the Christopher Steele dossier, after 9 months of investigation, they couldn't verify most of it. They found much of it to be wrong. When they did have some verification, it turned out to be wrong, or what they had was simply things that you and I could have done a Google search on and found on Google. It wasn't real actionable intelligence. It was a bad intelligence product. It was not worthy of the credence it was given in the FISA warrant, nor was it of a strong enough caliber to warrant spying on a presidential candidate in the final weeks of the election. There should be a high threshold for that, given the distrust that we've learned from Watergate forward about dirty tricks in politics. None of those things seem to have factored into the FBI's equation. Accuracy, reliability, politics, it seems like they threw all that by the wayside and just went headstrong into an investigation of Donald Trump on charges that turned out to be bogus.
I want to read another quote. Steele had some general things right, of course, including that the Russians were behind the hacking of the Democratic National Committee's emails. Of course, there were public reports saying so when Steele reported this. But even then, his dossier theory on how the hackers worked, who paid them, and how they communicated with Trump was determined in the FBI spreadsheet and subsequent Mueller investigation to be far from accurate. That's another important distinction that the media seems to be leaving out.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of the reason I wrote this column is there was a week or two ago, all of a sudden, Politico, Reuters, the Washington Post started writing stories again saying, hey, maybe Christopher Steele is going to turn out to be credible after all because the IG investigated. That's a big leap. Someone gets interviewed in an investigation and therefore they're suddenly credible. We have to remind the American public that the most powerful tools in the intelligence community were put into this case, and they could not corroborate any major aspect of Christopher Steele's intelligence. It was, as Bob Woodward said recently on TV, garbage intelligence, a garbage dossier. And despite the fact that it was, and despite the fact that it should have been easily detectable for the FBI to see this as garbage, they proceeded with a 2.5-year investigation of the president that ended up turning up that the entire allegation was false from the beginning and politically motivated by Hillary Clinton's opposition research team.
I understand the difference between opinion journalism or advocacy journalism and straight journalism, but it seems like the line has been blurred a lot on the nighttime lineups of MSNBC and CNN.
We're going to make a left when we get into Menominee.
Rachel Maddow and the lineup are promoting themselves as straight down the line anchors, right? I mean, I think we know that Tucker, Laura...
Yeah, if I remember right, it's not very well marked. It's marked right up at the intersection, but not before.
Many of its anchors are still promoting themselves as calling balls and strikes, and we have seen a sort of a much blurring of the line between straight journalism and opinion, and we see this a lot on their panel discussions where they put voices on there that have very little trying to get their Well, Trump is in bed with Russia. Did it in the media lately when you're saying the president is guilty of something that there's no proof of?
It's the last 4 years have been the most troubling for me to watch my profession. I still believe in the goodness of journalism. It's why I still at this age and while I'm executive still insist on continuing to report and try to get stories to the public that matter. When I see this, when I got into the profession,
Two Navy destroyers are building there.
Today is get it first and hope it's right. And I think that lack of application to accuracy is
Two or three of them.
You mentioned CNN, the nighttime program. I'm more concerned about things like the front page of the New York Times. Let's go back to February 2017, a story that to this day has yet to be retracted.
Yeah, there's at least three.
The New York Times reported that U.S. intelligence had corroborated that senior members of the Trump campaign had met with senior members of Russian intelligence to hijack the election. That is a false story. Robert Mueller says it didn't happen. House Intelligence says it didn't happen. Senate Intelligence says it didn't happen. Christopher Steele's dossier was one of the few places where that was alleged. We now know that to be inaccurate. If the New York Times could get that wrong and not feel a need to retract the story, which used to be the solution to a false story, we have a problem in journalism. And what I've tried to argue in the last few months is that
past the church.
There are going to be mistakes, but you have to retract them. And the one thing that we can do better in journalism is to start reporting again with a neutral voice, not have so much skin in the outcome, just worry about the facts. The only thing you should worry about are facts. Get more facts and stories and less opinion, and journalism will be on a way to fixing itself, but we're nowhere near
the light past the church.
All right, I got to leave it there. My top of the hour music's going to kick in. John Solomon, Executive VP at The Hill. Hopefully I can get you on my Blaze TV show in the near future. We're right there, and we moved our studios down to Washington, D.C. I don't think far from where you are. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, sir.
All right, 1-866-95-PATRIOT, 957-2874. So you now have this spreadsheet that is now being configured to show all of the holes in the story that led to the surveillance of members of the Trump team. Think about that for a second. That Americans were spied upon with what wasn't accidentally false information. They knew it was false. They knew Steele's work was false. They knew Steele was being paid by the Democrats. All right, let's face it. Hiring can be challenging. Multiple job sites, stacks of resumes, a confusing review process. But there's one place where you can go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart. A place where growing businesses connect to qualified candidates. And that place is ZipRecruiter.com/Will. Did you know your teeth move as you get older? And if you want to get your teeth fixed, the last thing you want to do is wear braces. That's why I'm happy to tell you about Candid, the clear alternative to braces. Candid has an orthodontist who is licensed in your state, creates a treatment plan for you, and even has a 3D preview of what the final results will look like. And Candid only uses experienced orthodontists. Once you approve your 3D preview, Candid creates a custom clear
about a mile or so.
that will be sent directly to you. That means
maybe
no
2.
hassle of having to go into an orthodontist office. Candid costs 65% less than braces. You could save thousands of dollars and have
It used to
straighter,
be a good
brighter
restaurant
teeth
along
in
here.
Schlegel's up here just after
You're
we
only one
turned.
step away from getting
I just
straighter,
remember
brighter
stopping
teeth.
there quite a
Learn
bit.
more
Yeah.
at candid.com/willcow.
They always
and
liked
use
it,
code willcow
and then they
to
went
get
out of business a couple of years
$75
ago.
off. That's candid.com/willcow, code willcow for $75 off.
Are you tired of the nightmare of trading in a market that feels rigged? Don't you just want to see your account balance grow and not feel so anxious about every single
Think it was
trade?
called
Well, it's time
Schlegel's.
you discovered the Money Press. The Money Press uses the new
I just
weekly
remember it
options
was
and
along
market
this
forces
road on the
already
right
taking
side.
place
Yeah,
to create
that's
your
right
very
on the water.
own growth and income printing press. If consistent weekly income and spending 20
I don't
minutes
know why
a
they
week in your
closed down. They
computer
were
is your
good,
thing,
and
then
all of
you've
a
got
sudden
to
they
check out this real proof
closed.
from my real brokerage account. Go to accountproof.com. That's accountproof.com. Watch a 7-minute video detailing how it's done. The best part is you can start small and go at your own pace. If making an extra $3,000 to $5,000 per month has prevented you from being able to retire, you definitely need to know about this. Even if you've been lazy and unlucky in the past, let me prove to you how the Money Press will work for you. Go to accountproof.com to see the video. That's accountproof.com.
Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely.
The Sean Hannity Show. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. East on Sirius XM Patriot 125.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Excessive heat warnings have been posted by the National Weather Service from central Nebraska and Missouri into western Ohio and parts of West Virginia. National Weather Service meteorologist Bob
Schlegel's right there. They're open again.
This weekend, temperatures will drop.
They're open again.
There's actually areas which will actually be below average in temperature across the middle section of the nation. Not terribly below average, but considering what it has been for the past several days, or will have been for the past several days, it's going to be much cooler.
Meteorologist Bob Orvik. Iran continues to deny President Trump's statement that the U.S. took action against Iran.